Here's a nice view of South Ozone Park's own Aqueduct Racetrack, the Big A. And Maggie, a lot of good memories here. And welcome everybody to Insider. It is Thursday, December 3rd. It didn't feel quite like December. Maggie Wolfendale, I'm Richard Migliori. Nice day.
It really was. For December 3rd here, Richie, I mean, a good drying out day as, you know, in terms of the turf course. Hopefully we get on that maybe this weekend possibly. But, yeah, I mean, our weather's been so mild. It looks like we're in the mid-50s for the rest of the week. I'll take it.
Yeah, every day we get like this at this time of year, we're stealing another day. I certainly will take it. This is our last week actually on the main track, too. We'll be going to the inner track December 9th, and the landscape changes a little bit.
Yeah, it does. And we're also done with turf racing if we actually get to it this weekend, which fingers crossed that we will. But yeah, we are on the inner. We have limited distances now. It seems like we're at the 6 or the 5.5 or around 2 turns.
Yeah, and that's what you got to start looking for, horses that handle 2 turns. Yeah. Maggie, sad news out of California. Yeah. Shared belief, unfortunately, colicked and was put down.
Yeah, actually he died, Richie, which happens. Wow. They were preparing for surgery, and he just succumbed to that rupture that they had found with him. Trust me, I have been there, done that. It's heartbreaking. It is absolutely heartbreaking, especially for a horse of his, I shouldn't say stature, but stature of resume. He was an incredible horse, as Alex Solis III had mentioned, you know, not a very big horse, but just a big horse as far as talent and heart went. And 10 for 12 lifetime, won several graded stakes out there in California, and was recovering and on his way to making it back to the races in Jerry Hollendorfer's barn and Golden Gate. But it's unfortunate. These things happen with horses. Colic is a nightmare. It's, you know, the most common threat to horses, and unfortunately, it happens.
Well, this is a game with phenomenal highs and just terrible lows, but this could happen to any horse in any circumstances. This isn't just about racehorses. No horse is immune to it.
No, I've had more horses colic on the farm as far as riding horses and ponies go than at the racetrack, to be honest, because the racehorses do get the best care, and they're monitored, you know, day in and day out, nighttime as well. So if a horse is somewhat prone to it, somewhat has that genetic makeup to be prone to colic, a lot of times it just enables them to kind of get that way.
Yeah, our hearts go out to his connections and certainly his legion of fans. And speaking of somebody who built, I think, a bigger fan base this year than any other year, Bob Baffert named the March of Dimes Sportsman of the Year, and he actually came to New York City to pick up his hardware. Yeah,
on a Wednesday afternoon at the luncheon, as we see him there with the Zayat family, as well as some of our Naira family with Chris K there in the background. And yeah, you know, Sportsman of the Year, it's truly something that Bob can be defined as this year, especially just the way that he campaigned American Throw. And as I've said it before, just the accessibility for the fans that he provided for this horse, as we're checking him out there at a emphatic crowd Friday morning to see him gallop over that Saratoga track.
Never experienced anything like that, Maggie, and my hat's off to Bob Baffert, the way he conducted himself through that entire Triple Crown season, as well as the Zayat family. But I've been, you know, on the racetrack my whole life, basically. Never seen people show up in droves to watch a horse gallop before.
Well, it just speaks of how this horse captured everybody's imagination. 37-year drought of a Triple Crown winner, and to have one as special as him, as kind as him, as gentle, I think it was really, as I said, captured the imagination of a lot of racing fans and a lot of new fans.
Yeah, absolutely, and hopefully we'll continue to build on that. Let's get closer to home now. Michael Hushin, one of the best trainers in New York for a number of years. Well, Princess Violet, filly that he was training, lost her for a little while as he went through being sick. Mike's doing great. So is Princess Violet. And I had an opportunity to catch up with Mike earlier today. Mike, you got Princess Violet in the Garland of Roses. You had her, lost her for a little while, got her back. How is she doing?
She's doing really well, surprisingly well. I think she's ready to run well on Saturday.
Now, she had a layoff. Did she stay at the track, or did she go to the farm for a little while?
No, she went to Stonewall Farm, and the farm manager, Peter Moore, took good care of her and sent her back in good shape.
Now, you train the mother.
Yes, I do.
How big a help is it to have generations of horses? You've trained for Barry Schwartz for a long time. Do you see a lot of similarities in siblings or parents?
We see a lot of it. Sometimes you see none, but sometimes it's incredible.
Just in habits or just the way they look physically?
Just physically, and they don't even have to be the same color.
And Princess Violet, how'd she get her name?
She's named after my granddaughter, Violet. So I remember Barry said when I named her, she was a yearling. He bet on her first time out, and she hadn't worked that good. But I said, "What'd you bet?" And he said, "I know you would name one after your granddaughter unless she could run."
Well, it looks like you picked out a good one.
Yeah. It makes it kind of fun.
Now, last year she was second in the Barbara Fritchie. Would that be the ultimate goal this winter?
That's pretty much all I see as far as with the big races all around. And you can, after that, you guys still have plenty of time to get to the breeding shed. So hopefully we'll have the best of both worlds. That would be best case scenario.
And then you could look forward to her babies.
Exactly.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Maggie, one of the good guys, Mike Hushin. I was fortunate to ride for him for a number of years. Do you know Mike at all?
Oh, yeah, I've had several dinners with Mike, and luckily through my friendship and working with Leah Jeremati, who was an assistant for him and worked with him when they were kind of working for the Chiefs. So, Mike, a great guy. Tough to break that seal, very kind of stern at times and serious, and takes his stable very seriously, as he should, and that's what's led to his success. But once you kind of sit down with Mike, you couldn't ask for a better guy. Yeah,
once he drops that guard, it's fun to hang out with. Well, we're caught up with headlines. Let's get into racing today. We're going to start off with race 4. We were off the grass, obviously, so we'll be on the main track, and we got maidens. Here's Johnny Brielle with the call.
And they're off. Montauk Man, how's your sugar? There's cybersecurity. And from the inside, Extinct Charm. Extinct Charm goes on with it to take the lead from cybersecurity as they race up the chute and head for the backstretch. Extinct Charm narrowly. Cybersecurity runs in second. There goes Front 9 moving up. Front 9 up to challenge Extinct Charm for the lead. Cybersecurity a close-up third. And Formulate is next in fourth. Uncle Gio's on the far outside in fifth. Montauk Man is now in sixth. Sky High Skylar down on the inside in seventh. In between horses, How's Your Sugar advances from eighth. Then it's Crafty Colonel in ninth. And Silent Glory trails the field in 10th. The quarter went in 24 seconds. Extinct Charm comes back again to retake the lead from Front 9. It's Extinct Charm in front, 3/4 of a length. Front 9 presses the pace in second. Uncle Gio's on the outside in third. Sky High Skylar down at the rail as Cybersecurity now moves up in between horses. The half 48 and 2. Farther back it's Formulate and How's Your Sugar. Then Montauk Man, Silent Glory, and Crafty Colonel is now at the back of the pack. Extinct Charm challenged here by Cybersecurity. Those two right together as they turn into the stretch. Extinct Charm on the inside. On the outside, it's Cybersecurity. Those two have opened up 6 lengths on Formulate, who moves into third. Then Silent Glory as they pass the 8th pole. Extinct Charm opens up. Extinct Charm in front by 4. Then Cybersecurity and Formulate. Extinct Charm the winner. Cybersecurity completes the exacta. Then it was Formulate and Silent Glory.
Maggie, Javier Castellano sticking around before he heads down to Gulfstream to defend his leading rider title there. Extinct Charm, he took a big punch from Cybersecurity and drew off again.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you necessarily call this a drop, going from New York bred maiden specialweight into open company maiden 75 claimer, but he looked fantastic in the paddock. He had the seasoning, Richie. He had the races that made him competitive in this off-the-turf event. And he won like he should have. I thought he looked very good in doing so. Cybersecurity, though, ran well, considering he'd never run on the main track and only his 3rd career start.
And do you put a lot of credence, Maggie, in horse having that many starts, giving him that foundation?
Yes and no. If they're just not good and they have a lot of starts, then they're just not good. But I do think in this case it did help Extinct Charm.
No doubt. Extinct Charm gets the money. Gary Contessa with a winner there with Javier Castellano. Let's move right along to race number 6. Another off-the-turfer going 1 mile on the main track.
And they're off. From mid-pack. There goes Resolutely out for the lead, and Barrel of Dreams is to her inside. Aesthetique is running in 3rd. Weekend Score is next in 4th. Roman Reign far outside in 5th. Then it's Smiling Sunday next in 6th, followed by Saratiago in 7th. Legally Bay, Khaleesi Cat, and Andromeda's Risk are all together. And the trailer is Battle Axe in 11th. The quarter went in 23 and 4/5 seconds as they race up the backstretch. And now Barrel of Dreams has come away with the lead. It's Barrel of Dreams in front by 3/4 of a length. Resolutely, Aesthetique. On the outside is Roman Reign. At the rail is Weekend Score as Smiling Sunday now drops back into 6th. On the outside is Saratiago moving up a spot from 7th. Andromeda's Risk down at the rail in 8th. Then Legally Bay, Khaleesi Cat, and Battle Axe. And the half was run in 48 seconds. 3 of them across. Barrel of Dreams at the rail. Aesthetique is in between horses. And Roman Reign is right there on the outside. Saratiago will make a 4-wide move. Weekend Score is down at the rail. Then Smiling Sunday, Legally Bay, and Khaleesi Cat. The field is at the top of the stretch. Here is Roman Reign, Aesthetique, Barrel of Dreams, Legally Bay coming on now on the extreme outside. And here's Legally Bay to take the lead. Barrel of Dreams down at the rail. Then Aesthetique, Roman Reign, and Saratiago. It's Legally Bay with the lead as they come for the finish line. Legally Bay won by 3. Barrel of Dreams was second, close for third between Saratiago and Roman Reign.
Maggie, Legally Bay rallies down the middle of the track. Well-timed ride from Kendrick Carmouche. What do you think the percentages of an off-the-turf races with main track onlys winning?
A lot. I mean, pretty good. It's got to be, I would think, near 60%, wouldn't you? I mean, really. And people completely ignored this filly. 7-1 in overlay in regards to odds, I think. And, I mean, just kind of lower profile connections, but still, you know, she's shown up. She's run decent here at Aqueduct. Why not?
Yeah, and get a good price. Marley's Coffee in the winner's circle. She's been having some success lately. Been doing okay.
Yeah, she has. She has that nice 2-year-old filly in Floridora.
Florida, that's right. She ran second in the Tempted.
Yep.
Okay, well, we're going to find out what happened the rest of the day today on the other side of this break. We'll be right back with more Insider.
Now you can enjoy your favorite pro and fantasy football teams while playing the races in style as Longshots welcomes back NFL Sunday Ticket. With over 400 HD TVs, 270 individual carols, a full-service sports bar and food menu, Longshots is the place to catch all the great racing and football action. So come on out, bring your friends, bring your league to Longshots, located on the second floor at Aqueduct.
Maggie, there's one of the good guys in racing, the only trainer of an undefeated Triple Crown winner and the only trainer of a Triple Crown winner not in racing's Hall of Fame. I think it's an injustice.
Well, wait a minute. Baffert's in the Hall of Fame, yeah. So, yeah. I don't know. I slipped up there for a second. But I do think it's an injustice. Just to think about Seattle Slew's campaign and how brilliant he was and a legend within himself, why shouldn't his trainer be inducted into the Hall of Fame as well?
Well, I hope that's something that gets rectified in the near future because I would certainly attend that ceremony to see Billy Turner honored and inducted where he belongs.
I'm sure there wouldn't be a dry eye in the building if he got inducted.
A lot of people rooting for him. And don't forget, you can wager on your mobile device at Naira.com. And Maggie, do you use this? Because I'm not really technically up on this.
Well, I don't wager as much as, let's say, Andy, for instance. But, yeah, I mean, looking at and using the website for replays and for other tools, I think it's outstanding in addition to that wagering platform as well.
Yeah, and you can keep up on results and what's going on if you don't happen to be here.
Exactly.
All right, well, you're going to have to show me how to do it because,
I'll try.
Again, as darkness descends here on the Big A, let's head on to what else happened today. Race 7 going 6.5 furlongs.
And they're off. Roman Revival breaks well. 83 was there. Down towards the inside, it's a Swell. And Mellow Groove is up with the pace setters. But it is Roman Revival who has the lead. Swell runs in second. 83's on the outside. And now Mellow Groove advances in between horses. Then comes Proletariat in fifth, followed by Baby Snacks. And at the back is GR's Giant in seventh. Roman Revival with the lead here over Big Long Shot Mellow Groove through a quarter in 23 and 2/5 seconds as they approach the far turn. Roman Revival by a head. Mellow Groove runs in second. 83 just off the front runners in third. Swell is down at the rail in fourth. Then it's Proletariat and a 5-length gap back to Baby Snacks and 3 more to GR's Giant. The half was running 47 and 3/5 seconds. The field is at the top of the stretch. Roman Revival on the outside. Here's 83. Roman Revival and 83. And Swell looks to come through down at the rail. 83 on the outside. Here's Swell now coming up the rail to challenge. 83 and Swell. Roman Revival back in third. 83 narrowly. Swell one last try. 83 wins it. Swell was second. Then Roman Revival and Mellow Groove.
Last time 83 was seen was in Saratoga, August 5th, where he ran second on the turf. He was trained by Wesley Ward that day. David Jacobson today.
Yeah, Richie's a horse who does have a little bit of trouble staying on the racetrack, but obviously there's some talent in there as he's now 2 for 2 on the main track, has run fast figures, but he does have that physical makeup, that heavy type horse that, you know, he just kind of, it makes him a little bit more susceptible to having issues, but it's good to see him in the winner's circle. And also Swell running very well, first off the claim from Michelle Nevin and off a pretty long layoff.
Yeah, these horses might be okay. I think they both have a little bit of improvement still in them. If, like you said, they, particularly 83, if he can stay together. Let's head on to race 8. We got New York breds going 6 furlongs on the main track.
And they're off. There goes Shangri-La out for the lead. Women Win now move up. Women Win comes through on the inside to challenge Shangri-La for the lead. And Sonora is next running in third. Followed by My Supernova in fourth. Golden Gem off a step slow is now advanced into fifth down at the rail. Then it's Spuntastic in sixth, with Beating Heart Baby on the outside in seventh. Even Betty is eighth. Geraldine trails the field in ninth. The quarter in 22 and 3. Women Win by a neck. Shangri-La in between horses. Sonora's on the outside. Those three have opened up almost 3 lengths on My Supernova, Golden Gem, and then Beating Heart Baby. Even Betty forced to go very wide. Then it's Spuntastic, and at the back of the pack is Geraldine. The half in 46 and 2, and the field is in the stretch. Shangri-La has taken the lead from Women Win. Shangri-La in front. Women Win continues to battle on down towards the rail as they come for the 16th pole. It is Shangri-La in front. Women Win giving chase. Even Betty into third, and Shangri-La has pulled off a huge upset. She is 27 to 1.
Shangri-La has been the gem of consistency up at Finger Lakes, and she brought her form down south. Ran big, Maggie.
And the breeds up at Finger Lakes taking down all the Finger Lakes accolades for 2015. This filly winning 3-year-old filly of the year, as well as their nice other Roaring Fever colt and Breaking the Fever, who has won 9 stakes, I think, up there, and was horse of the year. So well done by the breeds, and boy, it looked as though Shangri-La was going to blow up the pick 6, though somebody made it to the last leg with 2 horses live.
Well, you got to like horses that win, and Shangri-La certainly knows how to win, as do her connections. As we're going to get on to everything else that happened today with races 1, 2, 3, 5, and 9.
Remain 1-2 as they come for the top of the stretch. The half in 46 and 1. It's Resourceful at the rail, and here's Sir on the outside, and Little Distorted is coming on now from third as Andrews Got Zip drops back. Here's Sir, Little Distorted, Resourceful. It's Little Distorted to take over the lead. Little Distorted drawing away in the stretch. And Little Distorted's going to pull off the upset here in the opener. Little Distorted at 9 to 1. Resourceful was second. Then here's Sir and Andrews Got Zip. The outside, and 5 on a dime down at the rail. Dreams to Reality is third as the field comes into the stretch. Stupefaction. Here comes Dreams to Reality on the outside, and Dreams to Reality goes on by and is opening up here. Dreams to Reality in front by 4. Then Stupefaction, 5 on a dime, and farther back, Ice Palace. Dreams to Reality, a clear-cut winner. Won by 7 lengths. Stupefaction was second. Then 5 on a dime and Ice Palace. Pole, is she hot? And Kevin Gomez on top as they head for home. Cotton Pickin' on the outside of Missy Bay. Lady Grace Note now up to fourth. Is She Hot has the lead. Cotton Pickin' giving chase in second. Then Lady Grace Note, Missy Bay, and Spot Town Parade. Is She Hot challenged here by Cotton Pickin'. Cotton Pickin' on the outside of Is She Hot. Cotton Pickin' has the lead now, and it will be Cotton Pickin' and Harry Hernandez. Won by almost 2. Is She Hot has to settle for second. Lady Grace Note was third. Farther back, Spot Town Parade in fourth. Still in second. Then it's Frankie and Jane, and down on the inside, the Wildcat Girl. And they're all chasing Liberty Fuse, who's built a 4-length lead. Starship Pleasant, Frankie and Jane on the outside. Then the Wildcat Girl, Get Gorgeous, and Bonita Luna. Liberty Fuse and Jackie Davis on to victory here, and it's a front-running win for Liberty Fuse. Frankie and Jane was second. Starship Pleasant finished third. And then comes Ray on a Dream next in fourth, followed by For Later in fifth, and Madame Mabry, the half in 47 and 4 in the stretch. Our Whim and Quick Hit Fever. Our Whim with the lead as they pass the 8th pole. Quick Hit Fever is 3 lengths behind. Then it's For Later in third. Princess Alicia with a late move on the outside. But Our Whim has won it. Quick Hit Fever was second, close for third between Princess Alicia and For Later.
And Our Whim gets the money in the last race, took a meaningful drop in class, and gets the money.
I mean, you look at the race she's coming out of. The 1-2 finishers have both won stakes. For New York bred 2-year-old fillies. But, yeah, she looked like a filly in the paddock that should show more speed, Richie. And, boy, she did from post 12 as well.
Yeah, and got a generous price. Well, let's go back to race number 3. And what I thought was interesting about this race, Maggie, as we go through Cappy's Binocs is 2 apprentices finishing 1-2. Harry Hernandez on the outside, Kevin Gomez, son of Oscar Gomez, along the inside on the 3. And we're going to start seeing more of this as we head into the winter and the inner track.
Yeah, exactly. And Harry Hernandez is making quite a splash here. He rides very smart, and he's also very strong in a finish, too. And taking nothing away from Kevin Gomez, too. He rode Is She Hot very well. So, yeah, like you said, it's time for the Bug Boys and apprentice riders to shine.
I think both of these kids look good finishing, and I'm looking for good things out of both of them this winter. But getting on to the jockey standings, Irad Ortiz continues to lead the way over his brother Jose Ortiz, Kendrick Carmouche, and Javier Castaño will be heading south soon. Rudy Rodriguez maintaining that 1-win lead over Chad Brown, and all the usual suspects right in behind. And we had some owner standings. Well, Michael Dubb leading the way. David Jacobson 5 wins behind. Mike Rapoli in third. But Michael Dubb, a man for all seasons. He claims horses with a plan. A couple of claims today, and good to see John Paracella reaching in for another one. Still rebuilding his stable. 3-way shake for Bonita Luna.
Yeah, a horse making her 3rd start here in New York. She did look a bit interesting, I'm sure, on paper for the 20,000. And a guy not stabled here, Mike Pino, I don't believe. And Matthew Shera, he has horses with everybody.
Horses with everybody, and a lot of them. And we'll be back with a look at tomorrow's races on the other side of this break.
Hi, my name is Staff Sergeant Joshua Wallace of the United States Marine Corps. Please join us at the Aqueduct Racetrack to participate in our annual Toys for Tots drive.
Now I'm Staff Sergeant Corrales. Please help us by bringing a new unwrapped toy December 12th and 13th.
Happy holidays!
Well, welcome back to Insider, and of course a worthy cause, Maggie. Toys for Tots, and come out and lend a hand and make some young person's Christmas a little bit brighter. As we jump right into the preview for tomorrow, we're taking a look at Piccolo Flats, who ran big last time out at Belmont Park.
Yeah, Piccolo Flats, a filly who loves a 1-turn mile, and, well, she's getting her last opportunity to do so here in New York tomorrow. And she looked good winning here, Richie. I thought this was a very good effort, and she looked a lot better in the paddock than she had back in that September race. So if she can kind of recreate the same kind of run that she had last time, she'll be dangerous here.
Owned by my neighbor up in Millbrook, Jonathan Thorne. Here's Tahoe Tigress with a good second back at Belmont.
Yeah, and a good second behind Carumba, who was very good had in our comely last time out, and that alone just makes her competitive. If you put a line through her last effort, her 2 races prior to that were very good in the same kind of condition.
Yeah, this might be a little bit easier than Hook and Carumba. Here's Sustainable, also off a good second, right here at Aqueduct.
Yeah, she ran well, stretching out for the first time in her career. I don't know how good this field was. I think tomorrow's field actually might be a little bit better. And a lot of times, Richie, you see horses doing something for the first time, and they do it well, and then the next time after that, they kind of regress.
And she does have a little bit of a look of a sprinter to me,
Yes,
so let's see if she can stretch out successfully. Let's head over to Laurel to take a look at Rapid Repair. We talk about Michael Dubb. Well, he finds spots where his horses excel.
Yeah, that's true. After switching her to the barn of Kelly Rubley, and she was with Bill Mott before that. And Richie, she had the look of a promising kind of horse, during her 2- and 3-year-old campaign. But maybe the light bulb is just going off here, as this was a good effort against winners for the first time. Yes, probably a bit better field tomorrow than what she faced last time at Laurel. And do note that the favorite did stumble badly in that race last time out at Laurel. But Rapid Repair might be a filly who's just on that upward curve. Yeah,
I like when horses start winning and they learn how to win. Maybe they step on up. She's going to have to step up, but maybe she could string it together. Well, that's going to do it for us tonight, but we're going to leave you with a look back over the summer at Flintshire, who successfully shipped over from France to take down our sword dancer with a rail skimming ride.
The outside now, a length and a half off the lead, and Flintshire has made forward progress now and is only 2 lengths behind, running in 4th. Then Fixador, Red Rifle, followed by Twilight Eclipse and Messi, and now there's only 4.5 lengths separating them all, and Gardini is still the leader. Gardini in front into the far turn, 3/4 of a length to War Dancer. Flintshire to the inside, Imagining is 4th. Red Rifle is down toward the hedge, running in 5th as they round the far turn, and Twilight Eclipse is moving now, and Red Rifle and Twilight Eclipse are moving right together on the far turn, and Flintshire has taken the lead. Flintshire has taken over as they come to the top of the stretch. He's got a 2-length lead as they turn for home. Red Rifle is second, and then comes Twilight Eclipse, but Flintshire is running away. Flintshire has opened up to a 4-length lead on Red Rifle, Twilight Eclipse, and they've left the others reeling behind. Oh, what a classy horse this is. Flintshire in the Sword Dancer by 3, and then it was Red Rifle second, followed by